Everyone. Welcome to week 3 of Contemporary Theology. I hope you enjoyed Pope Francis. It was a really good time. Um, really great text to cut our teeth into on contemporary theology. And now we're going to turn to a growing field in contemporary theology. Michelle Voss Roberts' book, Taste of the Divine. We'll obviously read her to get a sense of both comparative theology and theology and gender, or women in theology, which we'll get into for next week's video. This week, I just want to give you a rough head shot of what's ahead. Right? Roberts is part of a growing group of theologians who find it important for various reasons to turn to traditionally non-Christian sources, such as in her case, Hindu theologies of emotion, in order to construct and to reconsider Christian theology. It's important to remember that Christians have always done this sort of thing in a way, drawing upon Plato, Aristotle, other Islamic philosophers for help in thinking about how to articulate what the gospel is all about. But the comparative theology paradigm that's brand new, or very new, should say, in the 21st century, it does bring along certain challenges. So this week, our goal is to introduce you to this sort of dialogue, some of the main figures involved, the text and traditions. And as you're reading Roberts, a really good way of getting into these complications and start thinking about them seriously is to pay attention and ask yourself about how does Hinduism pose not necessarily a threat, but complications to doing Christian theology, right? So if Roberts is looking at a Christian theology of emotion, what are the risks of inviting Hindu theology into this dialogue? What are the advantages? What are the opportunities that lie ahead of us, right? And another question within that is, what are some reasons that Roberts gives for wanting to invite Hinduism into this dialogue, right? So why is she willing to balance these risks and opportunities in order to make a Christian theology of emotion? When you begin to think about these questions, not necessarily answer them, but just think about them, you'll start to get a sense of what's going on in this book and how to account for the kind of project that Roberts is doing. Now, I will say Roberts does not represent comparative theology as such. There are multiple people doing it, like myself, multiple ways of conceiving what it is. But she is a good recent example, and at least a way to get into asking the questions about why should comparative theology happen, what is its possibility, what are some possible importance it might have for Christian theology, and what are the challenges it brings to doing Christian theology. Right? So think about those questions this week as you get into the reading. Hope you enjoy it, and we will see you in week 4.